Hey guys, this is SJ back at you with another video for today. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to handle exceptions and how to use them in C#. And I'm going to explain and try my best to show you guys as much as I possibly know about exceptions and exception handling. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead, and what you're going to do, you're going to type in this area here. But before we get started, if you guys, I'm using Visual Studio 2017 edition or version, community edition, and if you don't have it and you want to use it, the link down in the description will take you to the page for you to download it and go ahead and start using it. If you download it, go ahead and set it up, and then once you're done going through the setup and everything, just go ahead and create a new program. I'm using a console application in C#, and once you're done with that, go ahead and hit start and create your program and follow me here. So what you're going to do, you're going to type in try, you're going to hit the curly brackets, you're going to come down here, type in catch, you do the same thing, you're going to do the same thing again finally. Okay, so let me give you some insight on some of the things that is right here. So the try part right here, this right here, this is what the program is going to attempt to execute. So this part of the program is this part of the code is where the program is going to attempt to execute. Now if there's a problem, this part right here is going to catch those problems, which are commonly known as exceptions. This part right here, this is where what's going to run regardless of what happens or what's going on within that problem. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to try, we're going to type in console.write, and we're going to type in success, and then we're going to type in console.readline, and it's going to do that. And now we're going to go to the catch area. We're going to type in console.writeline. Sorry about that. We're going to type in that, and we're going to type in failure console.readline. I'm going to type in S. Now, let's go ahead and run our program. We're going to hit start. Now we got success, and that's it. There it is. It's success. Now this part, if you're wondering why failure didn't show, is that because there was no error. So now what we're going to do, we're going to do the finally part. We're going to type in console.write, and we're going to put in this. And this is what's going to run regardless. So we type in by, and let's do that and that console.readline. Now readline is basically means that part console.readlines means that the program will not continue or exit until the enter button is pressed. So let's go ahead and Control S and hit start. Now success. Now bye-bye, and that's it. Now let's go ahead and get in the realm of exception handling. Now this is what this part what I just showed you is just what's kind of what it's used for and everything. Try catching finally. So now let's go ahead and get into exception handling. So now we're just going to type in. We're going to type this thing called throw. Now this means that the program will throw an exception that is basically that it's going to throw a specific exception, and this specific exception is like it doesn't matter what it doesn't matter what the specific exception is. It doesn't have to be specific at all. It could be really just random. So if you want to be random, just type in throw new exception and just go ahead and do that. And then let's do that. And now let's go ahead and hit start. And so it says failure. Now as you can see right here, it says failure. So when the program started, it's going to try to run this throw new exception. We got an exception before success could even start. So what it did is jump to catch, and it caught this part, and this part of the code ran. So failure. So if we do this, we're going to hit enter, type bye-bye. So even if that exception is thrown, regardless, bye-bye is still going to be ran, regardless of what the problem is. So let's go ahead and enter. So now, let's do something like this. We're going to type in this, we're going to type in catch exception. Now, once you're done doing that, you're going to type in, once the exception is caught, well, what this means is that the program is going to catch this exception. And now we're just going to, instead of putting this failure, we're going to type in an exception was caught. So let's go ahead and do this and hit S, and then go ahead and start. And then there, it says an exception was caught, and it says bye-bye. So say if you want to do something like you want to make it so that there are multiple things that are going on right here. Now, this finally part, you don't have to have right here. These two are the most important ones, but you don't really have to have this right here. This part right here basically is just like what's going on. It doesn't. This part right here basically is just what's going to run regardless of what happens. So you don't really need this right here. You could actually just comment it out. Now, if you want to do that, you just use a multi-line comment. You're gonna put / asterisk. And then you're going to do this, and then do another asterisk, and then do a backslash. Oh, another / not backslash. And there you go. And that's a multi-line comment. So now we've thrown the exception. Now let's go ahead and get to the realm of more specific exceptions. So let's go ahead and do something like, we're gonna go into this. So we're gonna type in throw new argument out of range exception. I'm just gonna use that. You're gonna put the double parentheses, and instead of this exception, we're gonna type in argument out of range exception. Now, after you've done that, we're just going to type in, you're going to Control S, you're going to start. Now, as you can see, this said success. So if we press enter, an exception was caught. And there it goes. So now, we've handled an exception. We didn't leave it unhandled. We caught it, and well, we didn't necessarily handle it, but we just caught the exception. Okay, so now this part right here, this means right here. Now there we're going to get another part right here. It's a much more easier way of handling things. If you don't want to handle every single exception that's thrown, or specifically, you can also use exception. Just we're going to type in exception, and this right here. Just plain old exception. And this means that's going to catch any and all exceptions that's thrown in the line of code, regardless of what they are. So we're going to Control S. We're going to hit start. And then there you go. Hit success. Success has been. There it goes. An exception was caught. We caught the exception. So there you go. That's how that works. So now, what if we want to catch multiple exceptions? So we're going to type in throw new, and we're going to type in field access exception. So we do that. So what you can do, you can have multiple catch things right here. So we go ahead and do this. Instead of doing the exception, we're going to type in field access exception, and there you go. And instead of having this right here, we're going to type in argument out of range exception. And let's go ahead and put the same thing for this, what we have up here, and do copy and Control V. An exception was caught, but let's be more specific. So there we go. So we're typing field. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's just copy and paste. Copy. Was caught. And so let's go ahead and do this too. Do the same thing, copy and paste. So Control C. Now Control V was caught. So argument out of range exception was caught. So let's go ahead and Control S and do the same thing. And let's go ahead. There you go. Success is shown. Argument out of range exception was caught. And there it goes. So now, if we do the multi-line comment, do /, and then asterisk. And then we do the asterisk again and another /. Now we go ahead S, and field access exception was caught if there's a problem. So there you go. So hit enter. Oh, that's right, I forgot. You can't have that there. If this isn't here, if this doesn't exist, then don't have that there. So let's go ahead and stop the debugging. Let's go ahead and edit that. Hit S, hit start. There it goes. Field access exception was caught. There you go. And so we're going to Control S. And so, well, we just got an exception, so you know that's a good way to handle something. Argument out of range exception. So let's go ahead and do this. And as you can see, I took this away, and that we got an exception for having that there. So we try to do that. So there, we got an argument out of range. Specified argument was out of range of valid values. So we didn't have anything to catch it or handle it. So if we do this, no, undo that. If we do this and make it so that the catch part can catch the exception, I'm going to stop it. I'm going to Control S, and then we're going to start again. And then there we go. And do this, argument out of range exception was caught. And there you go. That's how it works. So now I hope you guys learned a lot about the exception handling and everything. I'm sorry if I was really vague and everything. If you guys want to learn more about exception handling, go into the link down in the description. It's going to it's an MSDN site, and it's going to tell you more about it. What I told you is mostly what I know about exception handling, and this is just how I know how to use it and how it works and everything. So if you guys want to learn more about it, just go down to the link in the description, and it should take you to a page where you can read more about it. If you guys want to see more videos like this in the future, please comment your ideas down in the not in the description, but the comments below. If you like the video, please hit that thumbs up button. If you didn't like it, you can dislike the video. It's your choice. With all that being said, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.